my friends. So Victober has started. It's the first. It is currently 3:19 in the afternoon in my time. I just finished school, so what you'll see throughout this vlog and other vlogs in October is that on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, I work in the mornings just until noon, and then when I get home, I do schoolwork. Often it lasts till 5 o'clock. Today, I was very lucky and I was able to get a lot of stuff done. In fact, more than I expected to, and yet still done by 3:30, which is fabulous for the first day of Victober. So I'm going to get started on reading. Technically, and then I was going to finish that statement. Then I work on Wednesday, Friday afternoon in the evening, so sometimes I'll read after work, depending on how early I have to get up the next day, but I usually read a little more in the mornings before I go to work on those days, after I do schoolwork again in the morning. And then Saturdays I usually work either morning or afternoon depending on when I'm needed. So anyway, getting into the books I'm going to be reading, I technically did start off my Victober write by listening to the beginning of an audiobook of The Way We Live Now by Anthony Trollope, and oh my goodness, absolutely loving it. I really like Trollope's writing style. I know a lot of people have said that he has a great writing style, and I definitely agree. Also, sorry about any glare in my glasses because I usually just wear glasses and I'm going to be wearing glasses and it's just gonna be a thing. So anyway, really liking this. Find Lady Carberry, the main female character, or at least one of the main female characters, very fascinating and interesting, and her family to be very interesting, so I'm very excited. That's a lot of varies. So I'm very excited to continue with this throughout the month. As for reading right now and this evening, I think I'm going to start by reading a chapter in The Odd Women. I'm reading this with some friends of mine, and it's 31 chapters, so I'm reading just a chapter a day. And the first chapter is literally like 6 pages, I believe. Yes, so going to be very quick on that one, but we'll at least get that started. I'm looking forward to that. And then I actually have been working, as I mentioned in my Victober TBR, I have been working my way through Shirley already, and I actually only have a little over 200 pages left. I actually considered DNFing this, or at least taking a break from it, unfortunately, but I reached a scene that grasped my attention a little bit more right when I was about to do that, so I decided to continue, and it's gotten a little boring again, but I think at this point, since I only have 200 pages left, I'm just gonna plug my way through it and hopefully enjoy the end. At this point, it's sitting at a 3 stars, and I think it would take a really solid ending for it to get a 4 stars, but you know, it's fine. Not all of them are going to be 5-star reads or anything, so slightly disappointed in that, but we'll see how the rest goes. Maybe I'll end up really enjoying it a lot more than I do currently. I feel so bad because I know Lucy from Lucy the Reader just loves this, and I'm not the only one that I've heard so far who has already started this who is a little bored with it. Unfortunately, I've heard at least one other person who said they started it too and are a little bored. So we'll see how the rest of it goes. I'm hoping I start enjoying it more over the next few days as I finish it up, but who knows. So anyway, that is the starting update. I think right now I'm going to take a little Victober Bookstagram picture because I haven't yet today. And then I'm going to probably eat some ice cream and read The Odd Women and then pick up Shirley. So I will check in with you later. Okay, for those who care about this sort of thing, I have a sweet cinnamon pumpkin give thanks Bath and Body Works candle that I am lighting because it smells amazing. And honestly, our apartment, whoever lived in it before, must have had animals because it kind of smells like pet urine all the time, which is fine, but it's nice to have that on. And then I got my Victorian hearth, cottage hearth ASMR room going, so we got some good ambiance. So we are ready to get started. All right, guys, it's 12 o'clock on the 2nd of October, and I just finished all my homework, so we are going to do this. So excited. So hearing this always makes me want to cry.
Hey guys, so quick update. I'm actually going to my parents' house this evening. It's Saturday the 3rd of October, and I'm going to spend the night at my parents because our church does this weekend broadcast every 6 months in which the leaders of our church discuss with us different lessons and just get some spiritual goodness, which I love. So before I went over there, I wanted to do a quick update. So I am at the about 100 pages left mark. I think it's technically like 120 pages left, but I'm really still not sure how I'm feeling about this. It's pretty worrying overall. I'm curious enough to see what happens in the end, but it's probably gonna be a 3 stars, and I don't think that's gonna change at this point. But yeah, I still am curious to see how the last 100 pages go, so we'll see. I've also listened to a little bit more of The Way We Live Now, and I'm still loving this. This is definitely my favorite thing I'm reading right now for Victober. I also have reached the 20-page mark of The Odd Women, so not very far, not a lot of thoughts, but I am enjoying this still more than Shirley, so I have high hopes for that. But I really wanted to get on here because I just got a few packages. I ordered a few things in preparation for Victober. Not that I was expecting to read these in Victober, but because I was planning on getting a lot off my physical TBR, I like to keep my Victorian classics physical TBR pretty full, so I always have a lot of options for it whenever I'm in the mood. So I wanted to show off what I got. So got it from Thrift Books. As you can see, it's in 2 packages, so we'll start with this one first. Okay, so actually in this package I have 2 nonfiction works. One is Victorian and one is not. So we'll start with the one that's not. I have to read this for a class, a psychology class. Ooh, that was a nice glow. Anyway, but that is Haldol and Hyacinths, A Bipolar Life by Melody Moesi. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but this is a sorry about that. This is a mental health memoir. Ooh, gosh, the lighting in this spot is not great. Anyway, but this is a mental health memoir about this woman with bipolar disorder, and she's also the daughter of Persian parents, so it also has an added element of a different culture and their response to mental health. So very interested in reading this. Probably towards the end of October I'll end up picking it up because I want to get it done pretty quickly. But so that will break up my Victorian reading a little bit this month. Then I picked up Thomas Hardy by Claire Tomlin. This is a biography of Thomas Hardy, which I'm really, really excited to read. Possibly for Nonfiction November I'll pick this up. But for those who don't know, somehow I love Thomas Hardy, so I really, really would like to get to know more about him and his life. So excited to read this whenever I can. Okay, I turned the camera a little bit, so hopefully I won't have those flashes of light on me anymore from the window. But anyway, the last book in this package I have is The Mayor of Casterbridge by Thomas Hardy, which I have read and I do have a copy of, but my copy is this old, ugly, like mass market paperback. Costs like $2 even before it was used. Just not a good copy, and so I really wanted a better copy of it for when I reread it. Probably not super soon, but for my collection, I'd like to have a better copy. So I picked up this Penguin Black Spined edition, and I'm really excited to revisit this whenever I do. It's probably not going to be for a couple years, to be quite honest, just because I really want to finish reading all of Hardy's novels before I start rereading all his novels, if that makes sense. But yeah, at least I'll have this and I'm excited for it. Then we'll open this other package really quick. I have 3 more in here as well, and these ones are Victorian novels that I have not read yet. Okay, so first of all, I have a book that is for a goal I have set for myself for 2021, which is why I decided to pick it up. That book is The Professor by Charlotte Brontë. I just have this in Vallette to read once I finish Shirley from the Brontë sisters, so I wanted to get a copy of this, and I really like, of course, the Penguin classics a lot, so glad I could get it in that edition. Then I have He Knew He Was Right by Anthony Trollope. This is one that I've really been interested in because it addresses a trope that I'm really fascinated by, specifically marriage during the Victorian time period and some issues within marriage and how they're handled. And so I'm really excited to pick this up whenever I can. It's pretty long. I think it's over 800 pages. Yeah, over 800 pages, so pretty long one. Not quite as many pages, at least, as The Way We Live Now, but I think the wording on this is a lot smaller, so probably close to the same length as The Way We Live Now, but I'm really excited to pick this up whenever I get the chance. And last but not least, I have another book by an author I'm reading a book by currently, and that is New Grub Street by George Gissing. I am really liking The Odd Women and the writing in it so far, even though I'm only 20 pages in, and I really want to give every author at least 2 tries before I completely write them off. So I wanted to pick up another by him so I can be prepared to read it when I get the chance, and I've heard this one's pretty good. Anyway, so my goal is to hopefully finish Shirley by either Monday or tomorrow if possible, but I'm thinking Monday's gonna be more probable for me to be able to finish it. So that's my goal. I think I'm going to wait to update you on my reading until then, unless something happens in one of the books that I just need to talk about, which is very possible. I might include some clips of me spending time with my family though in between. If not, either the next thing you'll see is me updating you on my thoughts on Shirley, or you'll see me talking with my family, but you'll know sooner than I will, I guess. Okay guys, it is currently the 5th of October. It is 7 o'clock in the evening, and I have been working my way through the last 100 pages of Shirley. I only have like 38 pages left, or probably even less than that actually. Yeah, like 35 pages, so not much less, but I've unfortunately been skimming the past 70 pages just because again, this is really boring, but I'm curious enough to see the end, and it's gotten to the point where there's been some cute romantic scenes between Caroline and her love interest, so loving that, but I am skimming through it pretty quick because I am very bored with this book and I just want to finish it. I actually seriously considered DNFing this multiple times, but every time I considered DNFing this, I may have mentioned this already actually, but every time I considered DNFing it, something exciting would happen and I was like, oh, maybe it's on the up and up. And at this point, again, I only have 35 pages left, so I may as well just skim read the rest of it. But at this point, it's definitely just going to be a 3 stars. It's not going to get any higher than that, unfortunately. But I'm going to finish this up and then I'll give you a wrap up on my thoughts on it. I also read earlier about 25 pages of The Odd Women because I didn't read my chapter yesterday, so I read my chapter for yesterday and today. And I'm really liking that one. I feel like it's just starting to get more into the overall plot, which is exciting. So anyway, loving that. And The Way We Live Now, also really enjoying still. Not a ton of new thoughts on either of those because I am relatively early on in both of those, but we'll see how the rest of them go. But anyway, I'm gonna get into Shirley and then I will update you once I finish it. Okay, so I have finished Shirley. Final fresh thoughts, I guess, on it. It was overall very boring, as I keep saying. I just felt like there wasn't enough plot for the page count more than anything. But there were definitely moments where I really found myself enjoying it. There were moments where it got me a little emotional. I loved the romance in this, both romances. They gave me all the butterflies and I absolutely loved it, which I'm very picky about romances, so if a romance can do that for me, that's awesome. The writing is beautiful. Charlotte Bronte's writing is amazing. It's been so long since I read Jane Eyre that I didn't really remember that about her writing, so it was a pleasant surprise. I was able to underline quite a few lines, but again, it was just really slow. The pacing was not great. I also felt like the plot was very scattered. Like there were all sorts of different plots going on that didn't interweave in a way that really felt complete to me, if that makes sense. We have the whole issue with the Luddite riots and with people being upset about losing their jobs, which definitely kind of fell under the radar by the end. I felt like we had the Shirley Caroline friendship that we followed for a while, but then that also kind of fell by the wayside. We stopped having scenes between them
towards the end. We had both of the romance plot lines. We had another plot line with Caroline, which I won't spoil for you, but there were just a lot of different things going on, and I didn't feel like they wove together in a complete whole. And I don't know, it just felt very scattered to me. And granted, like in life, a lot of these things happen all at once and they're not necessarily interconnected. But when I read a story, I want things to kind of come together in a way where, yes, maybe there are multiple different plot lines going on, but it ends up coming full circle and it all just works very well. It feels complete, basically, and I just didn't feel that with this. So yeah, unfortunately didn't love it. I will give it a 3 stars because of all those good things I mentioned. I really enjoyed. And again, there were a lot of scenes that really got me interested, but there were a lot of pages that I was bored with. So anyway, yeah, 3 stars for me. Unfortunately didn't love this. Hopefully other people reading the group book this month will like it better than I did, but I'm glad to at least have read another Charlotte Brontë, and now I only have 2 more of her novels to read, so that's exciting. So what I'm going to be picking up next for my casual physical read is Ruth by Elizabeth Gaskell. I really would like to try to finish this before, at least in the next couple weeks, because I have a video I really want to do that I think this will be a good addition to if I can get it done in time. So, and I really think I should be able to. I mean, I read Shirley, which is 600 pages, in about 2-ish weeks, and this is a whole 150 pages shorter. So I feel like, and the writing on each page is much larger, so I think it's going to be a much faster read, and I'm excited to get to it. I have not read any Elizabeth Gaskell, so this will be my first one, and I've heard this is her closest work to Thomas Hardy's style, which gets me really excited. Plus, again, it's following a trope, the fallen woman trope, that I'm really interested in. That may or may not be the theme of the video I'm planning to make. But anyway, I don't think I'm going to start this tonight, just because I've been reading for a few hours and I feel like I need a little bit of a break. My brain's a little fried. But hopefully, for sure, tomorrow I'll be able to start it. I probably won't be able to read a ton tomorrow because I'm working both jobs tomorrow and doing some school. And so basically I'm working from 8 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night-ish. So I'm not sure how much reading I'll get done. Even if I read after I get home from work, I might just be exhausted and not want to. So we'll see, but I'm hoping to start this soon. Hey guys, so quick check-in. I did finally start Ruth by Elizabeth Gaskell. It's currently the 7th of October, Wednesday, so I think it's been a couple days since I filmed. But I am really liking this. I'm only 40 pages into it, just because I've been pretty busy, and I've also been trying to get through The Odd Women too. So a little slower on this. Plus, after Shirley, I just kind of needed a little bit of a break to re-excite myself for the next book. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced a similar feeling, even not just in Victober, but just in general with reading. So anyway, had a slower start, but I am already really, really liking it. I think Ruth is such an interesting character, and I definitely can see how this reminds a lot of people of Tess of the D'Urbervilles already, just because I know what's going to happen, but also the build-up has a lot of similarities to Tess of the D'Urbervilles, which has been really interesting to see. I also would say this gives me a little bit of Jane Austen vibes. Not a lot, but I have heard someone say, I can't remember who mentioned it, but that Elizabeth Gaskell is like a combination of Hardy and Jane Austen, which I'm definitely feeling that way reading this. They just the writing style feels like a good mesh of both of their writing styles, so I'm really liking that aspect. It's really easy to get into as far as a writing style, which I always appreciate, especially with classics, and especially after Shirley, which I struggled so much with. It's nice to read something that feels a lot more, I don't want to say lighthearted because I know it's gonna get pretty tragic pretty fast. It's just not there yet. You can already see some red flags with the man involved for sure, but the writing itself just feels very light and easy to get through, if that makes sense. So anyway, yes, there we are with that, and we'll see how it continues to go. I don't know if I'm going to be reading later today because I have some things going on, but we'll see, and I will check in with you when I have more thoughts to share.
Hey guys, so not very Victober themed, but we're about to finish off The Lord of the Rings as my roommate has never seen it. But I wanted to show off these. So randomly at work today, someone brought these in as gifts, and it's popcorn, kettle corn, but it's maple and sea salt flavor, which sounds weird, but actually it's delicious. So highly recommend. Apparently it's from Trader Joe's. So if you have access to it, definitely recommend. Very delicious, especially if you like the sweet, salty kind of taste. So anyway, going to enjoy this and some of this. Hey guys, it is Friday, I guess the 9th of October, I believe. And I am about to start reading. I just finished school stuff. I have work in about an hour that I have to go to, so I don't have a ton of time, but tonight my roommates are going to be out of the apartment. Both have plans, I believe. So I should be alone to just read Ruth. That's the plan. At least for right now, I'm just going to focus on The Odd Woman. And I probably will read some of Ruth because I am sure I can read my portion of The Odd Woman in way less than an hour. But I wanted to mention, first of all, I think tonight I'm going to do my reading in Victorian-esque clothing. This top is what I planned to wear for it. You can just see the top a little bit. It just kind of has that nice collar look that a lot of Victorian costumes seem to have. And then I have a skirt, though, that's plaid that kind of has that Scottish vibe a little bit more, but that skirt with this shirt kind of has that nice peasant-y Victorian look, if you know what I'm saying. The rural people, in my opinion, it's very much of a stretch, unfortunately, but that's the plan. So I think when I get home from work, I'll wear that skirt and then I'll show off the whole look and read in that for at least a little while until I get too uncomfortable for it. But I also wanted to show off we've recently been, oh, you can see my witch's hat back there that I might wear for a costume. But anyway, we've been decorating our apartment a little bit for October, so I thought I'd show that off, so just to add a little variety to this vlog. So let me go take you to see that. Okay, so quickly while nobody's out here, we have our pumpkin and gourds this way sign down here that I got from my mother. And we have a cute little pumpkin hanging on our door with a heart. Then coming inside, we have cute stickers on our door. So fun. Of course, we're doing the cheap Halloween decorations because we're poor college students and that's the way it is. We have streamers. As you can see, that's a little lantern bucket that my roommate got full of candy from someone. We have bats on the wall. At work, I just got this RIP tombstone thing, so put that up by my roommate's lovely plants and my pumpkin candle. And then we have these skull lights, which are fun. I think you might have seen these a little bit in other clips, maybe not, but there's those. I don't really know. This looks really bad. I don't know why this is here, but there's that, I guess. This is up all the time, my Harry Potter thing, but it looks Halloween-y, so it works. We have these cute hanging bats, too, on the candles. And I think that's about it. So not a ton, but granted, we have a very small apartment anyway, so it does the job nicely. Anyway, so I think I'm going to get started on reading The Odd Women, and then driving to and from work, I'll also get through some of The Way We Live Now, and then we will do some reading of Ruth as well today. So it should be a good Victober reading day since I haven't had much chance to read much over the past few days, which is fine. Again, I mentioned in the last clip, I think that I needed a little bit of a break from Shirley, so totally fine. And yeah, so we'll just get into it. Hey guys, so I did not end up reading last night. Unfortunately, I ended up having a little bit of a
mental health issue that I just needed to get to bed. I was tired and it just wasn't a good night. I did read a few pages, but I just needed to get to bed, so I didn't read, unfortunately. And I also think I'm going to actually finish this vlog here because I am planning to start my next vlog pretty soon and trying to get this vlog uploaded today so it can go out Monday morning early. So I think I'm just going to finish it here. I will say Ruth is just getting better and better, and it's getting closer to the big event, I can tell, and I'm kind of getting a little anxious, but I am really, really excited. Also, The Way We Live Now, I'm just loving the characters in that book so much. There's things about it that are really heartbreaking to me. It's making me laugh. It's just fabulous, so I'm excited to continue with that. And The Odd Women as well is also going very well. Probably not as well as the other two, but not as bad as Shirley. Oh, I feel so bad that I didn't love Shirley very much, but there was a lot of things I liked about it, like I mentioned earlier in this vlog. So it was still good, but yeah, that's definitely been the low point, and it's the only one I finished, so anyway, it's fine. But we're gonna keep going with that, and then I will start the next vlog right after this, so in a couple weeks when that goes up, it will start pretty much right after this, but we're just gonna get this vlog up. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below what you've been working on for Victober and how it's going, as I would love to know, and I will see you next time. Bye!